Nicole here. Welcome back. I just wanted to share with you a little video about travel nursing in the beginning processes, and that includes A, so you found a recruiter, B, next step, applying to different locations, C, you've got a job, now you've got orientation, how many days, what's it like, what to expect, all of those things. So I am only on my second assignment, but I have talked to other travelers and kind of gotten their feedback as well. So let's just say you've got a recruiter. Step one, if you don't know how to get a recruiter, watch my other videos, but it's not difficult. So you get a recruiter, they want you to be applied all over. So you have to determine where you want to go. So let's say you know, for me right now, Providence. I wanted to do East Coast. I was really shooting at doing Portland, Maine, but there were no available opportunities there. Sad. But Providence is great. So you want to know what location you're going to. So East Coast. You start looking at jobs that are open on the East Coast, either via your recruiter. You can ask them, hey, what do you see in this location? Or B, I know with Atlas, they've got on their website a whole listing of different jobs. So you can even search day by day and see what pops up and talk to your recruiter and say, hey, I just saw this one pop up. This is a location I would be interested in. Now this is a little bit easier after you've already done an assignment, but either way, pick where you want to go. You can't really pick the exact location all the time, but you can get a general area. So once you've found a couple places that look promising, you've done your research, you've looked at housing prices in that area, what they're paying you versus the housing prices, because that's your biggest gap. And then you also want to look at location for, are there any available houses, apartments, anything open? You can, post on Facebook, ask people, hey, I'm looking at getting a job here. Has anybody gotten luck finding housing there? You can look at the different areas, the places that are safe to live in versus the cost of living in the nicer or the more rundown areas. There's just a lot to look at when you're moving in a new place, but that's for another video. So you find where you want to go. You throw out your applications. Now, you don't actually do any of this. Your recruiter does. But you say, hey, yes, that's a place I want to go. They'll throw your application out to any place you say. So now you wait. And that's actually where I'm currently at right now in the process of applying to my next stop. But you just wait for a phone call. Now, the actual hospital is going to be calling you, not your recruiter. And it'll probably be somebody from the department that's in charge. It depends, hospital to hospital. But they'll call you and do a phone interview. So they'll ask you various questions like, hey, what are you used to working? How many patients are you used to taking? In our hospital, this is what we do. They'll lay it out for you, and this is where you want to ask your questions. Now, my first interview over the phone, I had a ton of questions, like more than I really needed to know, but that's okay. But you want to know, okay, what scrubs do you guys use? Like what color? Because you're going to need to buy them. Whether or not your agency covers that just depends. But you want to know what you're going to have to wear. B, you want to know the patient assignment. You want to know how many patients am I going to be taking average, it depends. I'm in the ER, so like if you're in rapid, you get more than if you're in a more acute setting. But either way, you want to know how many patients you're going to be having. You want to know the workflow. You want to know, basically, if you were going to be going into a job without much preparation, you just want to know the questions. So just be prepared. I had a little list in front of me that just had different things. It's just good to have. So second thing, when you get a job, so let's say they're like, yes, this is great. Your recruiter will be calling you to let you know that, you're a good fit. Then your recruiter lets you know that you actually got the job or not the person you talked to on the phone from the hospital. So you get the job, great, super exciting, you get your scrubs, you get all packed up, you plan your trip, you find your housing, and then you have to show up for work. Now, hospital to hospital, whether or not they'll have you show up your first day in scrubs or more like dressed up clothing, they'll let you know in an email. But you usually have a full day just on learning charting, going through paperwork, doing all of their education. You have to do sign-offs. There's just a lot of boring. It's a boring day, but it's worth it. I mean, you need to know what you're going to be doing. So that is a good day to also ask questions to whoever is teaching you the information. You want to know how you're going to be clocking in and out. That's going to be different than the other nurses on your unit since you're a traveler. You want to know, like, hey, if they take you through the unit, you want to know where's the cafeteria, or where do the nurses sit, where do the doctors sit, just the different flow. It's good to get that down right away, because your actual first day on the floor might be your only day on the floor. A lot of places you just get one shift of orientation. And that's what it was here in Providence. When I was in Houston, I got 3 days of orientation, which is unheard of, but they were a level 1 trauma center. There was a lot to know, so that was thankful. I was very thankful for that. But most places, it's just a day. It's just a shift. So I had a 12-hour shift, and that's when you really dig into, okay, when I'm on my own tomorrow, what do I want to know that I don't already know right now? So you're going to have somebody that you're shadowing, you're following. Just ask them so many questions. This is your time to ask questions. Yes, you'll be able to ask questions when you're on your own, but this is when you're not on your own, so you don't have your own patients to have to fend for. So make sure you ask charting. Charting is the hardest part about traveling and learning new charting systems. Even if you know, like I just came from Cerner, this is a completely different Cerner. Icons mean different things. It's a different charting. That's the hardest part, is just getting that down. So you want to make sure you know how to document things at that hospital, because hospital to hospital, it's different. Here I do some things on paper, some things on the computer. I don't know why, but that's just how they do it. Don't question it. That's not your job, okay? Just figure out what you need to know. So I had a shift, and then I was on my own, and honestly, it feels like it's not enough, but if you've been a nurse, you know how to be a nurse. It's really not that hard. So that's what to expect. You want to expect one day where you're probably going to just be sitting on your ass. You're going to be learning all the paperwork. You're going to be learning, like doing all of the education stuff, all the boring stuff that you have to do everywhere. But it's required and it's needed. So then you're probably going to have I'm going to say 1 to 3 shifts of orientation, probably only 1. Some people have told me horror stories of just like an hour. I would not do that if you don't feel safe. I would just say, no, I need more time. And you can always say that. They don't expect it all the time, but you can always ask for more. You just need to be safe. So that's all I've got for you right now, but I will share with you another video digging deeper into any topic you guys are interested in. Thanks for listening.